Today I will teach you the while loop in Python programming and also the demonstration of while loop in Jupyter Notebook. What is a loop in programming? A loop in programming is a sequence of instructions that repeats until a certain condition is met. Suppose you want to print some statements number of times. Let's say I want to print hello world for 1000 times. Then we generally write print function for 1000 times if you don't have loop. So that's a big time wasting process, and the resource consumption is also been more when you do it like that. So in order to overcome that particular problem, I write print function only for one time, into which I'm going to pass the hello world text. I put in double quotes, but that particular one line I'm going to keep in a loop. Loop is nothing but a cyclic process or the iterative statements which will be executed until the condition is failed. Suppose if I want to print the hello world statement for 1000 times, so I'll just write the while loop, and inside the particular loop I'm going to keep the print function as a body content, and I'm going to give the condition like the particular value if until unless the particular iterated value is less than or equal to 1000, you're not going to stop the particular printing. Okay, now if the particular variable value is beyond the 1000, then the condition is failed and the iteration is going to stop and your printing is also going to stop. Now, while loop is an entry control loop because it checks the condition before entering the loop only and then take decision accordingly. Now, if you go for syntax, we have the initialization of the variable, then we have the while keyword followed by the condition and followed by the colon. Colon is a mandate. And now when you press enter, here you can see there is some gap which is called indentation. After indentation, you need to follow the statements. That means write the statements, what you want or what code you want to be executed. So you write one line or a number of lines. It depends on the application requirement. Then finally, you need to either go for incrementation or decrementation functionality. Okay, now this is syntax for the while loop in Python. Now coming to the flowchart, we have start, then here evaluate the condition. If the condition is true, then only we execute the statements. So if the condition is false, you can see the loop is going to stop. Now that's why it is called entry control. Before entering into the particular loop to execute the statements, you need to check the condition. If the particular condition is returning true value, then the statements are executed. Again, it goes for the next iteration. Again, check the condition. If it is true, you execute the statements. Again, go for next iteration. If suppose it is false, just you need to come out of the particular thing and your loop is going to stop, and any further statements are there, it will be executed or it will be terminating. Now, for example, if I take a list of 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see the square bracket is the representation for the list. Now, that is one of the sequence in Python, and this particular variable which is storing this list elements is called as list variable. Okay, the list is being put into a square brackets, so starting and ending square bracket. That is the representation for the list in Python. Now here you can see here we are starting, where we are taking the index, that is variable called I, refers to the first numbers index in the list. So the index anytime starts with 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, whatever the numbers might be, the index number is going to start only with a 0. So 0 to n minus 1. So here the one numerical number what you are seeing is 0 index, 2 will become 1 index, 3 will become 2 index, then 3 and 4 index numbers. So here index I refers to the first numbers index. So we take the first index 0. Then here we are trying to cross verify whether the particular index number whatever you are taking is exceeding the length. Length is 5, right? So 0 is less than 5. The condition is true. Okay, that means it is the length that 0 is not exceeding the length of the particular list, because the list in list length, if you can check, it is 5 elements, right? But here I am storing the 0 index number. So here we are cross verifying 0 is less than 5. It is true. That means 0 is exceeding the list length. No. Then you print that particular value. Okay, here you can see numbers of, in the square bracket you are writing I implies the 0 index. So when you write numbers of I, the 1 is printed here. Then again you go for second element, update the index value to from 0 to 1. 1 means this second number. So that is being checked again. 2 is less than the length. True. That means 2 is not exceeding the length, right? Then it is correct, right? Then you are going for printing that second number. So it's a cyclic process like this. Once all the numbers are over, then the index number is going to 6. Index number is going to for 5. 5 less than 5 or 5 is exceeding 5, it's false. Okay. Then you are going for end position. So here you can understand the condition like, does index exceed the list length? Suppose I take 5, no? 5 greater than 5. Yes, it is exceeding, not exceeding, but still the condition is failed. 5 greater than 5 can't be. Then yes, then you need to terminate. Suppose you take the 2 index number. 2 is exceeding 5. No. Then you print the value. So that's the meaning. Okay. So don't get confused here. Now we'll see the demonstration of while loop in the Jupyter Notebook. Let me open the Jupyter Notebook. So it's already opened here. Now coming to the while loop. With the while loop, we can execute a set of statements as long as the condition is true. See, for example, I want to print the I value as long as the I is less than 9. Okay. So I can write print I value as long as the I value is less than 9. So here, this is the initialization step. I've taken a variable called I and I initialize 1. And here in Python, we don't write integer, float, double like that for variable declaration. Directly the variable you need to declare and you need to initialize the value. Based on the value, it is going to assign the type. But in other program language, we used to write int, float, double like that. Okay. So here the I variable is initialized 1 means it's a integer type. Now while keyword, you need to write while I, that is 1 less than 9, true. The condition is true here. Once you put a colon, you get the indentation started here automatically. Okay, the space. So what you're trying to do, you're trying to print I. What is I value? 1. Okay, so 1 is printed. Now after that, you can see I plus equal to 1 means I equal to I plus 1. So I equal to I plus 1 means already I is holding 1. 1 plus 1, it becomes 2 and store in the same variable called I. So now I is becoming 2. 2 less than 9, true. Then you print 2 values printed. Then I becomes 3. I equal to I plus 1 means what? I equal to 2 plus 1. That is becoming 3. 3 less than 9, the condition is true and print that one. So till 8 you are going to get. Once it becomes 9, I equal to I plus 1 means I equal to 8 plus 1, 9. 9 is less than 9, the condition is false. Then you are going to come out of the loop. Okay, you don't print 9 value. So your answer is 1 to 8. So in this way, you need to iterate the loop. So this particular print is executing for 8 times, like 1 to 8. Okay. Now, once the condition is failed, you need to come out. Now remember to increment I value. If you don't write this line, it goes to the infinite loop. Again, you need to terminate your complete application, and again you need to put this particular incrementation value, and then you need to rerun your application. So remember to increment I value, or else the loop will continue forever. It's called an infinite loop. Now the break statement in while loop, can we apply break statement? Yes. With the break statement, we can stop the loop even if the while condition is true. Okay, now we'll see the exit the loop when I value is 5. That is my criteria here. So I've taken again I equal to 1, that is initialization is over, then condition while I less than 9. Then you print the I value, but after printing, I'm checking if the I value is equivalent to 5. Okay, whenever the I value is becoming 5 and that 5 equivalent to 5, you need to go for break. That means you need to come out of the particular while loop. Okay, so we'll take the first one. 1 less than 9, the condition is to print 1. So here 1 is printed. If 1 is equivalent to 5, no, then this break is not going to be working. Then you increment the value I equal to I plus 1, 2. Okay, 1 plus 1, it becomes 2 and store in I only. So 2 less than 9, true. Then you print the 2 value. So you can see the answer to 2. Then 2 is equivalent to 5, no. Then break will not work. Again, I becomes incrementation 3. Again, you come here. 3 less than 9, the condition is true. Print the I value. So 3 is printed. Then 3 is equivalent to 5, no. Then the break is ignored and I becomes 4. 4 less than 9, the condition is true. Print 4 here. Then if 4 equivalent to 5, no. Then break is ignored. I becomes 5. 5 less than 9, the condition is to print the 5 value, so 5 is printed. Now, if 5 equal to 5, yes, then break. Means you need to come out of the complete loop again here. Okay. That means your program is terminated. Okay, just execute and see. If I give, let's say suppose 6. If I give 3, can you see here only 3? Because the condition is matching, it will be coming out. Now, can I apply continuous statement? With the continuous statement, we can stop the current iteration and continue with the next iteration. So whenever the condition is true, that iteration only gets skipped, but it will continue with the next iteration. So here you can say continue to the next iteration if I is 5. So same application here, I'm starting with 0. Okay, I equal to 0, then 0 less than and true. Then what I'm doing, I'm incrementing the value I equal to I plus 1. So 0 is becoming 1. I equal to 0 plus 1, no? I is already 0. I is initialized with 0 plus 1. I is becoming 1. If 1 equal to 5, no. So the condition is this continue is been skipped. Then you print the I value. So I printed the I value 1. Then 1 is less than 9, true. Then it becomes 2. 2 is equal to 5, no. Then the continue is skipped. Okay, we are not using continue. That means that is not going to work. Then print 2 value. Then 2 is less than 9, the condition is true. Now I become 3. 3 equal to 5, no. Then print the 3 value. Then 3 less than 9, the condition is true, yes. Then it becomes 4 here. 4 equal to 5, no. Then the continue is not going to work. Then you are going to print the 4 value. Then it becomes 4 less than 9 true. Then I becomes 5. 5 equal to 5, now you can see the continue is going to work and this print is going to be skipped. Okay, it will not work now. So when you go for continue, the 5 is not printed. Can you see here? The 5 is not printed. Okay, then I becomes 5 less than 9, then I is going to become 6 here. That means whenever it is equal, then obviously that particular iteration is getting skipped. Now that is the difference between continue and break. Continue means you just skip the current iteration, but you continue with the next iteration. So that's why you can see 6, 7, 8, 9 is working still. Okay, but the other value, that means 5 is not working, right? That means it is getting skipped. So just execute and see. If I just write here 4, the 4 will be skipped and 5 you get now. Can you see here 4 is skipped and 5 you got. Okay, now can we apply else statement? With the else statement, we can run a block of code once when the condition no longer is true. So here I is 1, then I less than 9, then printing the value, then I plus. So after completing all the iterations, then this else will work and you will get the answer like I is no longer less than 9. Okay, so you can see after complete iterations 1 to 8 is over, then you are getting this one I is no longer less than 9. Okay, because 9 less than 9 the condition is false, no, then you come out of the loop and then only this will be working. That means I want to put a message like, okay, my program is over or my iterations are getting done. Okay, so after my execution is over in the while loop, then it goes to the else part, then only it is going to print this value. So you can just go for the else. Okay. So in this way, you can use the while loop with break, then continue, okay, then else part. So it depends on your application requirement. So what type of loop and what would be the condition if you want to apply break or continue. So you can just work out. Okay. Now we'll try for decrementation here. Okay. I will just copy this and we'll try for decrementation also here. So I just make I is 10. Okay. And the I is greater than, I'll put as 1. Okay. So 10 is greater than 1 true, then print the 10 value, and here you need to put minus. Okay, for decrementation, 10 should become 9, 8 like that. Then you just execute and see. Can you see 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So whenever it is becoming 1 greater than 1, the condition is failed. Then you need to come out of the loop. So in this way, you can go for decrementation. Okay. So this comment is not applicable here, right? So if I go for I minus equal to means you get 2 decrementation. Can you see 10 minus 2, 8, 8 minus 2, 6, 4 and 2 like that you're going to get. Okay. So I hope I have given some input on how to use the while loop in Python. So if you like this video, do comment, subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you.